now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Titans and the Jaguars, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is it, the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all-division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the playoffs. But I do have to ask, January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Tannehill. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award, and he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week, but when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely, and he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
That's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. I wonder what he did with it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run the option left with Lawrence. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Now Lawrence. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. The Jaguars at 12-4 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw pulled in by Schwartz. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. Here's Lawrence. being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sag. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play. Yeah.
That too.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
Back to throw, Tannehill. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. You talk about this Titan defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the number 1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give running right, ETN. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Titans getting set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. Comes through and picks him up
and avoids the turnover. The fumble on first. Here's 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Flush to his right. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down, Jaguars.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. Now a first carry for their fullback. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 28. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Holding, offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down, but able to slow across the 35. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And Henry going to have a Titans first down as he's across midfield to the 48. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Dancing to his left. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On second down, Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's pumped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. That's taken on the 25. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Tannehill on third down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So we've reached halftime. Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now they run the option on second down. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Lawrence. Finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a free possession game.
Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Again, it's Henry to about the 48-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. He'll get this down to the 38.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Brought down at the 20.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, S1wk18. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. That's McKenzie. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson. And the Jaguars are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
10 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 44-yard line.
Lawrence will throw. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Oh, some strong running, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Etienne will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 21-0. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for the running back, Derrick Henry. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Trayvon Walker in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. Gets around him. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 78 yards now for ETN, and he's got a 1st down.
1st down, Jacksonville.
They'll run with Nwagu. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And the Jaguar first down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
It's caught at the 10. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Now Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions from that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Lawrence going to throw again.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on, and they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up.
And shutting him off now open field. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Tannehill on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
That one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime.